Right, hello folks. Day 2 after I've put thread lock on the hammer screw adjuster. We're now going to see what she's shooting like, and hopefully it won't be moving anymore. So set a target up at 30 yards because that's what I'm zeroing at. Time now just coming to 6:15. I've got it off 7:15. I've got it at 6:30. So quite a nice morning. There is a bit of a wind, but hopefully it won't affect it too much. I'll be shooting the Kaisers through it again. See how they shoot. I've also got a selection of all the pellets as well, and I will chronograph it. Turn that on there. And hopefully we'll get some decent results. I think the barrel should be leaded up by now anyway, so hopefully all's okay. First shot coming up. Hopefully top target. Aha. Turn the volume up. 11.1, 11.2.
$11.2 $11.4 11.4 11.2 11.2 11.4 11.3 11.2 11.2.
It's 11 shots. You can see where the group's forming. Put another 11 through it. It's about on actually. Backyard range 20 yards, another 10 yards further on, and it's pretty flat actually. It's shooting about the same at 30 as it is at 20. Obviously that 11.2 is about where it needs to be with this weight of pellet, so I think what was happening before, every shot I fired it'd vibrate and that adjuster screw would come out a bit, so it should gradually get lower and lower. Okay. Just one below it.
11.1 11.2 11.3 11.2 11.2 11.1 11.2 11.3 11.5 11.4 11.2.
Okay, it's slightly going to the right. It's like at the 1 o'clock position. Like I say, the wind is blowing, so that could be having its effect because it's blowing that way, I think. It's slightly higher than the point of aim, which you'd expect because the pellet is still going up. It's not reached its plateau yet, so yeah, it's to be expected that. So what I'm going to do now, just to test out the magazines, I'm going to fire 10 shots with a single shot loader. I'm going to aim in between the targets and I'll aim at wherever this hits.
11.2
Just like to go a bit higher than the point of aim. Yeah.
11.4 11.3 11.4 11.4 11.5 11.4 11.6 11.4 11.5
Okay.
11.5
So car seems okay now. It's not dropping off. It's between 11.2 and 11.5. So we're happy with that. 0.2 foot-pound. It's just a matter now of letting up the barrel, shooting targets at varying distances, see how the pellets perform. I'll go for the Air Arms Diablo field next. Like I say, I'm going to keep it zeroed at 30 yards, and then using the scope reticles, I'll adjust either for hold over or hold under, depending on what range I'm shooting at. So initial thoughts is pretty good actually. Doing about 5p piece shots, like 80mm groups at 30. I say I've still got to loosen up myself, so it'll shoot better than I can shoot at the moment. Anyway, put it that way. So let's get on with a different pellet, and that'll be the Air Arms Diablo Field at 8.4 grains. Okay then, next up is the Air Arms Diablo Field at 8.4 grains. Top target. Strange result there. So that was the Air Arms. I'm going to go with the Rangemaster Sovereign now. Okay, and you can see where the group's forming. A few flies there though. Weird. Okay then, USB aiders. So how these perform. I'm going to do another 11 with these. I think it's grouping lower down actually. I could feel the wind blowing on my face. So it's making me wonder if that's why there's like a vertical line of shots. It's probably making them drop or something, I don't know. Same group now. Oh Jesus. Oh. okay. Not too good actually. So that's 4 different pellets. Got Premier's Crossman, they're the hollow points. I've got Bisley Practice, which is a wad core, and I've got the JSB lead free again. So I'll try these 3 next. And Kaiser still look like they've got the edge on everything at the moment. You can see there's shadows down there where the flag's blowing. That's a bit on and off, to be honest, but I can feel it blowing at me, so it's going to the right and it's also blowing towards me. Let's just change direction. Right, next target then. Okay, then last target up. First off, the Crossman Premier hollow points. I'll go for the bottom left. Right, not too bad actually. I think it was about 4 went through the same hole as well. It's quite oxidised, so there's a tight fit in the barrel, but that wind's blowing again as well. So they didn't do too bad considering. Not an expensive pellet. Right. Oh shit. Load of bloody dog ears in this as well. I think I must have dropped this tin on the floor and picked them all. Wad cutters, Bisley Practice. Oh, Jesus. Gee. Some dog ears downrange with this one. So I lost my dog in October. It was an old time British Bulldog. But she's left her impression on these pellets. At 30 odds, it might not do very well. But close up, wad cutters, because they've got a flat head. At 20 odds, it can be quite good actually. Designed for 10 metre shooting. Okay, the top left. The wind's really blowing. I bet that's having an effect on these flatheads, but leaving a nice round hole anyway. Okay, and I've got other wad cutters that I think they do better at 20 yards, to be honest, than 30. I think 30 is a bit of a push. So now for the lightweight ones, the lead free. Just be exact, 6.79 grains. The bottom right target. shooting really well. These are the ones I got about a 12mm group at 40 yards with. Just make you wonder if it's the speed that's making them close up. It really likes the pellet. I've not got any JSB 10.34s, but they're a similar shape, but just made out of lead instead of tin antimony mix. It's a good pellet. Forget to try the 2-2 version of this with the Cattleman. I've got some 11 grain JSPs like this, the same as the GTOs, Predator GTOs. Really good pellet. They are quite expensive though. I get 200 in a tin. They cost about as much as 400 or 500 lead pellets, so they're not cheap. Yeah, might as well do another group at the top, and the wind's blowing as well, so even doing well in the wind, to be honest. So far it seems like it's this and the Kaisers do really well. The rest are a bit hit and miss. I think what I'll do, I might push them out to 40 yards using these, and the Kaisers will have a shoot off. The only downside to these is because they're so light, they lose the energy quicker than a lead pellet would. So put these over the crony and see what they're doing. Okay, set the target up at 40. Keep the same point of aim with these lightweight ones. It probably fall within the correct place then. There we go. I'm going to go for the top left. It's shooting about the same place, to be honest. Still flying out there. Excellent results with that. Can't believe how good they shoot. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to push it out to 50. See what we're getting at 50. And I'll use the Kaiser on a different sheet, comparing them. So if you've not tried these through your barrel, I suggest you give it a go. Amazing. Alright, I'll move it back. Okay, then set the target up at 50 yards. Also set the chronograph up, see what it's shooting at. Okay, going to go for the top right. Get that one, didn't it? We've got it set up. should be okay at that. So that one dropped quite considerably. Right, see if it picks it up this time.
Ten point 4.
10.4, right. I think 10 yards, that extra 10 yards has made a massive difference. Obviously because it's so light, it loses the energy a lot quicker. There's quite a few grouping in the same place though, looking at it. Obviously they'll be affected more by wind because they're light as well. But I think 40 yards is the limit on these. But it's worth having a go, isn't it? I'll put it through chair gun software and I'll let you know up there somewhere how much parrots retained at 50 yards. Right, Kaisers then, I'll put a target up for that. Do the same thing, 40 and 50 yards. Okay then, set the target up at 40 yards. Using the Kaisers again, I'm going to do 40 and 50 yards again. I've also put the chronograph on again. We're about 130 odd shots in now. So we'll see if it's still doing between 11.2 and 11.6 pounds. If it is, it means the thread lock's done its job. And after today I'll be off for a few days, I think. Got things to do, so I will catch you later in the week probably. Okay. Alright. Go for the top left.
11.2. 11.2. 11.2. 11.1. 11.2. 11.3. 11.2. 11.1. 11.2. 1 11.2 10.9
So that's 11 shots through there at 40. I think it's grouping okay. Rifle's holding the same sort of power as it was when I set it last night, so I think the thread locks are working. Wind's picking up a lot now as well. Okay then, I will go up range and set the target up at 50 yards. As you can see, the wind's blowing quite a bit now. There's the old turbine over there. So at 40 and 50 yards, shots will be affected. It's definitely picked up now since I did the lead freeze. But these Kaisers should retain the energy further down range than what the others are, because they're a bit heavier. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So he's got 5 in that group. I think a lot of it's down to the wind at the moment. So here we are back at 50. Let's get on with it. Okay then, 50 yards, and that blasted wind's blowing hard. Do as best you can. Top right. That's it. Opened up quite a bit at 50. But that's what we've got. Some reactive targets at 40. I think I'll have a crack at some of them, and we'll call it a day. So I've been contending with wind blowing this morning. It's not helped, but we have got some idea, haven't we now? So out to 40 yards, pellets I'm using seem to be okay. Still be searching to find the ideal pellet, but the lead freeze are doing well. I like the Kaisers, and I do think the they state heavies at 10.3 and the JSB at 10.34 would be good. just not got any yet, and they're hard to get hold of. Spinners at 50, I'll give it 3.5 mil dots of old over with the centre target. Yeah, I hit it. Big one. Okay then. Try 40. That went a bit high. That's it. 2 mil dots. Yeah, I'm whistling. Right next to it there's that stand on the left. Go for that little like plumb bob. Yeah, it's more fun shooting reactive targets than paper, but you've got to start on paper just to see how the pellets are performing. Oh, that's a point. I went to Tesco supermarket the other day in the craft section. I made some targets, fun targets to shoot at, and I'll show you them in a bit. In fact, I'll stick one up. But basically, different things you can cut out, stick on card and stuff. Something a bit different. Didn't cost a lot at all, really. I think I spent about £5 on different craft things. You can just stick on card, like plastic jewellery you can hit and little eyes and stuff, you'll see. Alright, going for that little plumb bob on the... Oh, just went to the right, hello. Got it. There's a spinner above it. Got it. So that spinner, it's less than an inch big diameter. Above the spinner there's a little target as well. To the spinner. I think the wind's changed on the other side. It's hitting it hard. Okay. So yeah, I mean 40 yards you can hit 5p piece groups anyway, so as long as you know your pellet and you can stick to a good pellet then and shoot it all the time. You've got more consistency. I'll do another magazine of these and I'll bring that target into 30 yards with the one I've just been talking about, what I made from the craft shop stuff. Quite sure now, I think the wind's changed. There we go. Right, I'll set this target up, we'll put 10 rounds through it and call it a day. So we'll retrieve the target at 50 yards and I'll put a new one up at 30, so you can see what I've been playing about with. Okay then, I hope you can see my little man there, mate. So, I think you get 12 little men on card, about £1.25. The eyes, you get probably 50 of them for about £1.25. The little jewels are about the same, you get loads of them. Okay then, wind's really blowing. Take the first shot. I'm going to go above him. There's a little red face above him. I'll go for that and see where the point of impact is. Alright, it's way to the right, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go for the jewel above between his eyes. There we go, still gone to the right. I'm going the wrong way now, mate. Yeah, that's better. Bloody windy today.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. So I got it about 6:30.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't too bad to start off with, but it's gradually getting worse.
Yeah. You know,
That's it.
that's the problem you've got.
Yeah, that's why I came down today.
Yeah. You're Loctite a bit.
Yeah. Put about 130 shots through and it was still doing 11.2, 11.4 foot-pounds, so
Right.
it's not moving.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll call it a day at that. Just finding the right pellets it likes. I mean, don't mind the Kaisers, but these are ridiculously accurate.
Yeah.
Lead-free ones. They're alright, 40 yards.
And they're quite light as well then.
Oh yeah, they're 6.79 grains. It's crazy.
Yeah.
At 40 yards you can get like a 1/4 inch group, but past that it drops off so much, it just opens right up. So obviously the lighter they are, the quicker they lose the energy.
Yeah. Plus it's susceptible to wind, aren't you?
Definitely, yeah. But